date someone with no job, but amazing emotional support, or fully employed but emotionally unavailable? How long he unemployed? Is it for like a month or two, or is this permanent?
And is he looking?
I know, is he trying?
And do you mean like unemployed as in like he could still drive Uber? I don't want nobody that's not emotionally available. Let me tell you about something I said in the pharmacy yesterday, because you know I'm a bit unhinged. So I was in a good mood yesterday, and I went into the pharmacy, and I'm just laughing and joking with people.
What'd you say?
So I don't even remember what. I was talking about how I have TMJ, because Champagne had gum, and I asked her if I could have a piece, because I had just ate some. I forget what I ate, but whatever it was, it had my breath on 10, so it was stinky. And I was like, let me get a piece of gum. And I was like, even though I'm not supposed to be eating this because I have TMJ. And she was like, oh, for real? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, my jaws be tight as hell. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, my jaws be tight. And she was like, nah, you can't be saying that up here. And literally the pharmacy manager is standing right next to me.
Oh my gosh.
I looked at her and said, I promise I didn't mean to say that. Like, I didn't mean that to
it
come
like
out the
that.
way that it sounds. I said, so please don't pull me into no room talking to me about what I just said. Because I didn't
mean it like that.
I ain't talking about that. That ain't why my jaws be tight. I was like, that is not.
Don't pull me in no office.
Don't pull me in no
do
office
it.
to talk to me. And she was like, I don't know what you said. I don't know what you're referring to. I was like, good. Leave it that way.
I don't even know what y'all talking about. Good.
I was like, leave it that way. But yeah, I'm always saying some unhinged shit in that
Well,
pharmacy.
that wouldn't. She set you up.
Who? Champagne.
She set you up. She said,
might
"Oh,
have.
I'm finna make this to something for my own good time."
And she ain't even got to do that because I don't mind saying stuff.
That's just where her mind went with it. So she called you out.
Right. But anywho, let's get into it. So, have you ever heard?
Yes.
Of the let them theory?
What is the let them? Besides what just let them do what they do?
Essentially, yeah. Okay. So the let them theory is a mindset or approach to dealing with other people's actions, especially when those actions are out of your control or not in alignment with your values or expectations. The core idea is if someone wants to do something you disagree with, let them. Instead of trying to control, fix, or change other people, you step back, prioritize your peace, and focus on your own response. It's about boundaries and emotional detachment. You stop wasting energy trying to manage other people and instead take full ownership of your own choices, emotions, and well-being.
Falls in line with what we've been talking about.
I mean,
let them. They want to be crappy. Let them be crappy over there. But I see where this can go negative, though.
Now that's what I want to talk about.
Negative.
That's what I want to talk about because now there's a few things I want to talk about when it comes to this. So there's one. I don't know about you, but I haven't always been the let them person. There's been a period in my life where I'm just like, why are you doing that? That makes no sense.
As you know, I've been the let them person my entire life. Let them. Now, if I say my piece and be like, hey, I think this is very detrimental to you. I think you should maybe not do that. And they go, doing it. I go, I told you.
Well, see, but that's not the let them theory, because the let them theory is just like they chose to do that. I ain't got no advice for you.
See, my let them is after I'm like, hey, you might not know, but this is stupid. And so after that point, and they go, well, I'm doing it anyway. I'm like,
See, my let them, and to be honest, I was the same way. I tell you what I thought about it. You choose not to do it. That's on you. Now, to me, the let them theory is I see what you're doing. And no, I don't think that's a good idea, but I'm not about to tell you. They a grown ass woman.
The let them happens. Now, after the first time you do something stupid, I say, but if you Even if it's a different something stupid, I'm like, I done already told you, you stupid. I don't know what else to say.
I done already told you, you stupid.
The let them is happening. If you keep doing it, because my brain is going, if little Johnny had 5 apples and you still not catching on, I'm just going to let you be. You ain't stressing me out. You ain't stressing me out.
Nah, I used to be that way, and honestly, it didn't help me none. And I was just like, you know what?
Because they don't care. You the only one care. Wanna know why?
Exactly, because I'm
Because
the
they're
only
not
one
even
care.
smart enough to be concerned. And you over there
And I wouldn't
concerned
even,
by yourself, just concerned.
I wouldn't even say that, Jay, because I do that with you.
Well,
Because you know
no.
you don't
See, here's the
listen.
thing. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, the first time I be cutting up, you went, well, Jane, I go, girl, I don't care. And then now you're like,
And
well, I ain't saying shit else about it because I done already said
and
my
the
piece.
and the example that I could think of when I first, honestly, I think it was the last straw that I had that I was just like, you know what?
I fool
Let
with
Jay
Jane
do whatever the hell it
because I'm
is
going to
she
do
want
it
to do.
anyway.
Cause she ain't gonna listen to nobody. And it was when you was working at the not the pharmacy, at the corporate place with me,
Mm-hmm.
and you was going over your damn schedule trying to figure out what classes you had to take.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was
I
trying to
remember
help
that
you.
shit with the
And now,
class.
honestly, I wasn't even trying to help you with anything.
It was
You
bothering you.
actually, no, you actually asked me to look. And you was like, look at this. I did it. And I was just like, oh, okay, let me see. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, what's this? And you was like, I said, what's this color? Because you had it color coordinated. And you was like, oh, those are classes that I still need to take. And I said, well, what's these? And you was like, oh, well, these are classes that I already took, but they was the same damn color. And I was just like, I said, Jay, these are the same color. How do you, I said, why are you showing this to somebody? And these are the same color. She's like,
Because
but
the
I know,
headings are
you was like,
different.
but I know what it means. And I was just like, you know what? Keep it.
Nope.
Keep it. Just keep it.
I remember that's like I'm stressing her out.
I said, I cannot
I remember you
even be
walked
in
away
this.
and everything. You're like, nope, I didn't want to talk to you no more.
Nope, I
I'm going to
cannot
my
even.
office.
I
Goodbye.
care about your well being when it comes to school, but I cannot be a part of this conversation.
But look, I made it though.
You did, but that was just my point where I was just like, I gotta exit
But
the
you know what? I
conversation.
think a lot of people have way more toxic let-downs
Yeah,
than
but for me, that was one of the ones where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna
you
let
know what? I
Jay do
think a
whatever
lot
the
of
hell she
people
wants
have
to do.
let-downs with me because you know Jay gonna do what Jay wanted to.
I was like, because that makes no sense to me, but it clearly makes sense to
Sure
her.
do.
And I'm not about to let myself get stressed out over it. So I'm going to go politely back to my office and I'm going to decompress for a little bit. And then I'm going to come back later. And we not talking about school.
I
But I have that with
forgot
everything.
about that.
I'm like, people think that now granted, I might have an opinion on something that everybody does. Um, but people think I give my opinion all the time, but I don't. You
The
don't
thing
know
is,
how many
your
times,
face gives your opinion. You can sit there. You mad? No.
and I don't be.
Just like you know, you irritated? No. Like yeah, you are.
No. The amount of times that I sit and watch people do some of the dumbest shit, and I don't say a word. I don't say nothing. I just let them do stupid shit.
Well, you know what irritates me the most about the let them? They always want to ask how you
Now
feel.
that's when it
They
pisses me
always you
off.
be like, you know how I feel because I told you don't do the stupid shit. You know how I feel.
Yeah, because your
You
dumb ass
know.
came asking me for advice before you went and did the exact opposite of what I gave you the advice on. Like, what are you doing?
What should I do?
Don't come ask me shit if you're just gonna go do the opposite.
And I swear, it's like they asked you just to do the opposite of
Just
what
to
you
piss
said.
you off.
You be like, this is literally the exact opposite. Here's my situation. What should I
I
do?
don't
You
give a
lay it
damn about
out.
your
You lay
situation.
it out with an A, B, and C.
Girl,
And they still do whatever they
man,
want to
you've
do.
seen some of the detailed plans I put out there for people.
Boy, I've seen, I'm like, I wouldn't even did all that. Sure wouldn't have.
And I'm just like, and yo raggedy ass had me spend that time because you know my Virgo brain goes, oh, somebody wants help with something. Well, let me get you a very, I could tell you down to the minute everything you need to do.
They don't want help.
Don't
I
want
think
her, just
some
want to
people
waste my
just,
damn time.
I just think they like the thought of thinking that someone's thinking of them. I really
Well,
think
then
that that's
let
what
that
it
be more
is.
genuine. If you come to me asking for advice, of course I'm thinking of you in that moment, but that wasn't genuine. That's because you came to me for advice.
But that's
I
how they
probably wouldn't
take
have been
you.
thinking about you if you didn't do that.
Some
I
people, they
mean,
just
that's a
want to say
hard truth,
shit.
but it's true.
They just want to say some shit. They just want to have something to say.
Well, I realized that people just like to hear themselves talk. I mean, we
I
must be one of them. We got a
No,
podcast literally of
because
us just
before I
talking.
heard my voice on that recording, maybe I said, "Who is that?" I
Yeah.
know that ain't me.
Yeah, we did not. But
Was
at the
not
end of the day, like,
prepared.
so I don't know how many times you've recorded, like, heard yourself recorded, but I had heard myself recorded a few times.
Yeah, but
But in, I guess, when I heard myself on the podcast, it didn't surprise me.
what I think is how I sound in work recordings and
Hmm.
how I would sound like talking are
Hmm.
two different.
See, I think I sound the same
I don't.
on work recordings, but I'm
You
going back
know,
like when I was in
my
high
fake voice
school.
is
I was
something
recorded
else.
for our
Y'all
video
did
production
choir and
class.
everything, but
No, I'm talking about like my talking
no, I didn't want
voice.
to. No, I only did choir.
Uh, I took a
Mm-mm.
video production class where we had to do documentaries, PSAs, and stuff, and I heard myself on those.
Mm-mm.
When I was working out, I did what's a testimony video for them. Heard my
Oh
voice on
yeah.
that, and I'm like, I've just heard my voice before on camera. Do I like it particularly? Not, no. I prefer not to hear my voice, but
Mm-mm.
it is what it is.
I've heard
But
work in singing, but not just my conversational.
right,
And I didn't like it. I did not. Still
but
don't.
I think people really struggle with the let them theory. Like, just let people be.
Well,
Let
I
people
think where it
be.
becomes toxic and where it's just like, when it becomes just complete nonchalance about the people in your life, though.
What you mean?
Like if you just have that theory all the time, no matter the circumstance of the person.
Yeah,
I
because
think
okay, so let's
that's
get into when
where.
the let them theory can backfire on you then. Because
Hmm.
the one place, the main place where I think the let them theory would do more harm than good.
At work.
Oh, see, I wasn't even gonna say that.
Oh, and it will come to
Yeah,
bite you in the ass. But anyway,
how would it bite you in the ass at work?
because guess who cleaning that? Let them up. Guess who cleaning it up? You. Guess who cleaning it up? You.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, at my job, I have had to fix
You
multiple
cleaning it
people's
up.
problems because they just wouldn't ask for help.
Because you
And
did,
they
and you
wanted,
seen them struggle. You said, well, they don't ask. And now look at you, cleaning it up.
and I'm just like,
But what place were you going to say?
I was going to say dating.
Oh, don't do, oh, oh, don't do the let them in. Not with your
Because,
partner. Ooh, not with
yeah.
your
Because what if they
partner.
go out and cheat on you? You're going to be like,
Well, no,
well,
not only that, if you are with spending a large amount of time with somebody, because the let them might be some simple shit. It don't gotta be deep. The let them can be you hate how they chew and y'all forever going out to eat. You have to address it at some point. The let them will drop. One day you gonna snap and they gonna think you crazy because you've been holding it and going, they want to be nasty at the restaurant. I'm just gonna let them be nasty at the restaurant. And then one day you gonna snap and they gonna think you crazy.
nah, for me, I think
Mm-mm.
there are some people that, I mean, we know because people are people. There are people that take that to the extreme and they be like, oh yeah, it's the let them theory, so I can go out here and do whatever the hell
No,
I
that
want
ain't
to
what that
do.
is. No,
And she just
no.
like, whatever, I can't
To me, that's when
control
you
it.
separate.
And I'm
I'm not
like,
doing
yeah,
that.
no, I can't control your actions, but at
I
the
can control
same
how I
time,
respond to them. No, I can do that. You can do what you want to do.
and I'm like, so yeah,
That's not let
I'm gonna
them.
let you,
But that's not
but
let
I'm gonna
them.
respond by
That's just
leaving.
being walked over. That's not
Exactly.
let
But
them.
people will try to do that, walk all over people and then be like, oh, yeah, that's just let them theory.
No,
That's me just following the let them theory. No, that's you being
no.
a doormat.
That's you being
You
walked
got
on.
welcome written all across your back and you laid down.
And you was on selling big lots. You don't don't do it.
I'm selling big lots. But I'm like,
Don't do
nah.
it.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that people should follow more of the let them theory.
To a
But
certain
this
extent. To
this
a
also
certain
plays into
extent.
like what I said before on this on this episode on this podcast. People spend too much time being concerned with what other people are doing.
And why?
Exactly. And I'm like, I think if more people followed at least some type of let
A
them
little bit.
theory, you wouldn't give a damn what the next person is doing. I mean, and again, You as an example. When that happened, I said, you know what?
I ain't
I
fooling with
don't
her.
even care what Jade is doing no more.
Because she
Cause
done pissed
Jade
me
gonna do
off.
whatever Jade gonna do, and I'm gonna be over here happy, letting her be over there doing whatever she
She
gonna do. And I truly feel like I follow that when it comes to everybody, unless it directly impacts me. And honestly, and in that situation, I'm not trying to change their actions, but they definitely gonna get a response out of
See, my
me.
thing is, like I said, if it's depends on how close to home it is. The let them is cool for like that situation we had. That's the
I
perfect
mean, but
example. But
so what would the
like
let them theory look like in a marriage?
simple stuff, like let's say you know you're frugal.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a partner that you know spends large amounts of money on stupid shit.
Okay.
And y'all have a joint account. Do not just let them buy things. Talk about, well, they gonna do what they want to do. It impacts you too, honey. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all have separate accounts, you can do the let them all you want, because they can be
To
broke
an
over
extent,
there. And as long as they got their money for the
right?
bills that y'all supposed to split or whatever y'all got going on, as long as they got the money for the bills, hey, that's their problem. If they got $20, don't come to me for gas. You shouldn't have bought that dumb shit. But if y'all have a joint account, well, honey, now this is impacting you. You can't do the let them. Because now both of y'all ain't got no gas money, not just them. You ain't got nothing either, because they spent all the damn money. And you didn't buy nothing. They just spent all of your money too.
Mm-hmm.
So, stuff like that.
To
But then it
me,
also comes back to what we say about people being afraid to communicate. And this falls right on in it. Because
mm-hmm.
it's not let them for a lot of people. It's just avoiding communication and conflict.
Man,
It's
I'm telling you.
not a
So
let them. It's not.
it's either people are too concerned with what other people are doing, or they're too afraid to tell them how they actually feel, or even worse,
And
both.
the situation gets used in both places. And so, like,
Yeah.
that's not a let them. That's a you being afraid to say
To me,
anything.
a let them thing, and honestly, I've never been married, so I guess I can't really say, but at least in a relationship is it's just small things. Oh, so you like to eat something that I think is disgusting. Okay, well, that's on you if you
I
want to
ain't
eat that
eating it.
nasty ass shit.
Simple, to me, let them is for simple shit.
Oh, you like this TV show that I don't like? Well,
I just won't watch
I
it.
just won't watch it with you then.
Let
Okay.
them.
But
They like you. Their car takes premium gas and they keep putting in unleaded. That's their business.
maybe they can afford a new car.
And let them. Like, to me, like, that's what let them is for. Let them live. I done
But
off.
at the same time, I also feel let them, and this is actually the main thing I wanted to talk about when it came to this, because I got this bad. When people say shit about me, I let them. I've said before, I am not in the business of changing people's perceptions
At the
of
end of the
me.
day,
However
you
people
gonna feel
feel.
how you feel no matter
Exactly.
what I say.
I'm like, if you are willing to believe some of the crazy things that I've heard been said about me, believe it. Like,
I'm not fighting you. The thing is, who are you that I should care about?
exactly.
I heard you was sucking so in the closet. Was I? Did you hear
Well,
I was good? Like,
that's
what?
what I'm
Like,
saying. You
did
should
you
have
hear
asked
I
him,
was
did he enjoy
good?
it? So I'm like, what you want me to
Because in the back of
do?
my mind, I'm thinking,
Now, who done
ew,
told
why
them
the
that
hell would
shit?
I do that? But
Like,
it's like, you know what? That's what you want to say. Like,
I mean,
everybody wants to believe it's always got to be a bad guy somewhere, and they just choose a random motherfucker. And that's who the bad guy is.
and I'll give an example, and you know about this. I ain't gonna go into too much detail because I'm definitely not gonna drop the hard R word.
Yeah, we're
But
not doing that.
there was somebody that I've worked with
Yeah, that was
that I
foolishness. I know
heard
exactly what you finna say.
told another coworker who just so happens to be an African American male, told him that I only like him because he's black.
That was crazy.
And I was like, so we just gonna disregard all of the other people that's not black that I actually do talk to on a regular basis in here? So we just gonna disregard that. So pretty much just because I don't talk to you, I must not like all of the people that match you. So when they came back to me and told me that she apparently said that I was this,
Letter.
I said, well, then let me go live that life then. Like, leave me alone.
Don't talk to me then.
Yeah, just don't talk to me. I'm not surprised she said it. I
I was
100%
just
expected it.
disappointed. I was very disappointed.
I'm like, I'm not surprised she said it. I 100% expects somebody like her to say some stuff like that. And I was like, I just don't care. I'm like, people have probably said worse about me, to be honest.
Let them.
However people feel about me is how they feel about me.
Like the saying says, how people feel about you ain't none of your
None of my
business. It
business.
ain't none of your
So if that's how
business.
she feel, then she can continue to act like I don't exist when I'm there, which is I treat her the same way now. So I'm like, when they told me, I was just like, oh, well,
But that's when it makes sense.
I was like, well, can't win them all.
Because, like I said, just avoiding having a hard conversation with somebody is not let them. That's you being passive. That's you being passive. That's not let them.
And the thing with that is the other people, and this is why I say people need to practice this, because this has come up multiple times in this place. And I've been asked, well, would you be willing to like meet with her and talk and
No.
start over fresh?
No.
And I told them, I said, look, I said, I didn't
No.
know that there was a problem until the day I found out there was a problem. And I said, I am an adult. So if she comes to me on some grown woman stuff and is like, hey, I want to kind of try to hash it out, get past
That's
this.
different.
I'm like, I'm willing to talk to her. I said, but however, I said, I am not the one that
Initiating all this
tarnished
shit.
somebody's character by saying that. It is not on me to
To make
fix
them feel
whatever
better.
is
I'm not
wrong.
doing it.
So I'm like,
Mm-mm.
so I am proceeding. I only talk to this person if I have something work related to talk to this person about. And I'm okay with that because I don't care how she feels about me. I said, but if she won't ever decide she wants to talk to me, I am definitely willing to talk to her.
Because I am not. For
Because
what?
one thing I am not is what she called me. And I'm not about to be sitting here all pissed off and letting it get me down because she
Or
chose
worse
to
yet,
say some
going in
stupid
some
stuff like
situation where
that.
I seem like I'm apologizing.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna let her
no.
I'm gonna continue to let
No.
her feel the
What
way
she
she
want to
feel.
feel.
And I'm gonna continue to live my life and sleep like a baby every night.
But see, that's how you're supposed to use let them.
Because who gives a fuck what people think? People care way too much about what people think about them.
You like, you ain't even management, girl. You ain't gonna impact anything.
I bet I'm still gonna come here and make money. So yeah, I mean, to me, that's let them, and I think more people need to practice it because we care way too much about what people think about us. We care way too much about what the
Mm-hmm.
next person is doing or
Sure
not
do.
doing. I think people shouldn't care about that stuff unless it directly impacts you,
Yeah.
because at
Don't
that
do it
point,
at
it
work.
directly impacts you.
Like I said, don't don't do it. You're gonna end up being the cleanup lady. You don't want to be the one with the broom. You don't want it.
But that's why I said directly impacts you, because if they're doing something or not doing something that you know is going to
You
fall
know it's
on
gonna come
you,
back on you.
well, then
Hem
why
it
are you
up.
letting them?
Hem it up. As I say, tighten up.
Tighten it up.
Tighten up.
So, like I said, for me, that's the let them, and I feel like that is missing from a lot of people, um,
It'll
just
make
in
your life
general.
easier. Just you know what they about to do. Just let them do it.
You see the
Just
writings on the wall.
you. The thing is to let them applies. You know what BS I'm gonna be on. See, I'm not even saying nothing about this. This is one of them topics I ain't even got nothing to say. Cause the girl go to whatever.
Yeah.
Not for the same way about you. I'm like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I ain't got time for this girl. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna say nothing.
like what you talking about, I'm always looking for a job to do,
Sure, that's why I didn't say nothing. I'm like, you know
even though
what?
I disagree.
Let her find these free jobs. Just let her be a volunteer everywhere. Cause I'm not doing,
Volunteer everywhere.
I'm not doing it. I'm not saying anything.
Anywho, but like I said, I think the biggest place where people tend to take advantage or abuse the let them theory is in dating.
Hmm.
And
Which is foolish. I'm not implementing that. They gonna do what you can do what you want to do over there. I ain't being involved in what you doing. Do what you
well,
want. Do what
it's
you
a
will.
good segue into something that I think a lot of us, at least millennials, struggle with.
And
And
what's
that's
that?
dating in your 30s.
Seems terrible.
Girl, it is. It is absolutely
Well, no,
terrible.
it's because Everybody's having their midlife crises. The
It's because
crises at 30
everybody
now, they're
is
losing the hair. Like they're buying a Corvette. They're selling their houses for a condo. They're doing this real young. They doing it real young.
that's because a
They on
lot of
wife
the
number
people
3. It's real out
exactly,
here.
a lot of the people that are in our age range are, at least most of the quality ones, not all of them, but most of the quality ones are already married, kids, all that stuff.
You know what? Speaking of which, what somebody told my sister,
Well,
because you know she's single.
right.
She goes, somebody was like, "Oh, another divorce round's coming up.
Oh
Your good
no.
man is coming."
I mean,
And then she goes, "I hate to say it,
but
but
it's
I'm sure it's
true.
true." I was like,
It's
"Yeah, the first
true.
divorce round, you missed that one about 10 years ago. That's the people who
Yeah.
got married fresh out of high school. And around like 25, 26, they let all them people go."
Yeah, so
And
our
then,
literally your options after 30 is people that's divorced
uh-huh,
or never been married but they not with their baby mamas anymore.
hard to find. But anywho.
Right. And then the ones when you do find them, the kids so damn bad you don't want to be bothered with them. Then you have the people that we either now have to go way older than us or younger than us. And I'm like, I'll be damned.
It's
If I'm
negatives
about
to
to be
either
robbing
side.
the cradle in the damn grave.
Like I said, somebody said, it was like, "Yeah, I'm at the age I can mess with you or your daddy. Which one is
And I'm like,
it?"
these are our options.
The son or the daddy. God dang.
Well, I did mess with the uncle and the nephew, so I guess I ain't too far off.
Hey, if the
But
daddy got the money. But
but I was just like,
oh
it's
no.
it's a struggle out here. So I kind of wanted
Yes.
to on this topic
Yes, yes, yes.
as a married woman, second time around,
Hey,
same
it's the
dude.
same man. I'm counting it as one time.
Girl, you can't.
I'm about to.
It's not the same.
I'm about to.
Y'all was two different people the first time
Sure
around.
was. But
So
I'm not counting it no more. We've been married
how
once.
how do you what advice would you give somebody, because both of us are in our 30s, and not even just people in their 30s, the people that's entering their 30s, what advice would you give them as far as dating and finding your person?
It's so simple.
What is it?
Just a real partner always gives anything you have back with interest. And I tell people that, and they don't get them. Like, if you take him to Applebee's,
Mm-hmm.
he or she to Applebee's,
Mm-hmm.
that next date, they better be taking you to Outback. Let's move it up a
That is
level.
a step above.
Preferably at least Longhorn, but we'll see.
Oh, now, yeah, I prefer Longhorn of
That's
all
what I'm
three of
saying.
all of
You
those.
you pay for them to go to Applebee's, and they go, "You know what? I appreciate that thought. Let's amp it up a little bit. I'm gonna take you to Longhorn.
I
You know,
tear that bread up.
let's. That's what I'm saying. Like, a real partner will always give you anything you want plus interest.
But that also feels very transactional.
It's not about transaction. It's about going, you know, I see your effort.
Mm-hmm.
Because a money amount has nothing to do with this. And I
Mm-hmm.
match your effort. Let's say, as a favor, let's say they got kids.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to work overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find nobody to watch the kids. You offered to watch the kids.
Okay.
And then when you want to go out with your friends out of town, they pay somebody to watch your kids for the weekend. Even if they don't watch them, they'll pay for somebody to watch them
Right.
so you can have a good time. You go, you know what? What a thoughtful gesture. You know, shit like that.
Okay.
And then don't go strictly off looks.
We had that discussion and we pissed a lot of men off.
Boy, y'all, if the shoe fits Cinderella, don't get mad at me. But anyhow,
Girl, that was aggressive.
they came at me aggressive. I said, "God damn, what did we do?"
Look, it is hard to face the fact that your personality might not be up to
But when I
par.
tell you up in arms, I said, God, Jack, we was everything
But honestly,
but
I don't
children
know.
of the Lord. It was a mess.
The thing is, the men
Uh,
got mad at that comment, but the women was all like rah rah rah. But I'm like, at the same time, women, this goes for you too.
we said everybody
I'm like,
don't go, but it's not even just. And I'm
thank
not
you, you put that
saying
song in my head.
I'm not saying date somebody who you think look like a dirty boot.
No,
That ain't what I said. I said get somebody whose personality is in line with yours.
and my thing
That's
is,
it. That's what
yes,
I
everybody
said.
should be looking for somebody whose personality aligns with theirs. But and I guess the reason men took offense to that so much is because of the simple fact that it's men that typically says this shit.
You know why they got mad?
And
We gave examples as to why they not winning, and it hit too close. We gave like exact examples.
and
Like
I'm
these are the
sorry,
reasons
sometimes
you
your
may be
personality
alone
absolutely sucks. You could be the fine, I've seen some fine men out
with
there.
terrible
But
personalities.
soon as
If
they
they
open
open
their
their
mouth
mouth,
and
they ruin
start
it.
talking,
You
I'm
like,
like, you are
oh,
the ugliest person I've
you
ever
rolling
met.
your eyes like
Like, get me
you,
out of here, Lord.
you buffoon. Like just mad. Like, why'd you open your mouth and ruin it? I'm sure men go through the same thing.
Yes, oh my
I'm
gosh.
sure.
I joined a Reddit group called Nice Girls. And this is all men that post screenshots of communication with women that are not nice girls.
But try to portray themselves to be, I'm sure.
No, they ain't even trying to portray themselves to be.
Oh, so why is it called nice girl? Is it sarcasm?
I think it's sarcasm. But there was a girl literally posted, not posted, a guy posted screenshots, and this girl, he was like, this is literally my first time talking to her. And you can see where he's like, hey, here's my number, because they coming off a dating site. Here's my
Yeah.
number, whatever.
Let's text, yeah.
And she sends this man a screenshot of this like $300-400 perfume. And then he was like, excuse me, are you asking me to buy this for you? And then she was like, ha ha ha, no. But then it shows like a day later, she said, actually, yeah, could you buy this for me? And I'm just like,
Are
what?
you a bot? Are you real?
What?
I
I
don't
said,
know you, ma'am.
I was like, see, it's when I see text messages like that that I be like, how the hell am I single? And these people like this are out here pulling people, because I would never.
It don't make sense to.
I would never approach somebody. I don't even care if I've been dating you for a year. I'm not about to ask you to buy that for me. For one, you'll probably just buy it on your own because you know that's the
Yeah.
type of stuff I like.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to ask you to do
But
it.
that brings me to another point. This brings
Okay.
me to another point. Do not ask people to give you things you don't give to yourself.
Mm.
Cause baby, nothing
But
just
that's
makes
why
my booty itch.
we're going to add that as a
Like
segment.
people like, oh yeah, so I want this man to do this and this for
But you ain't
me.
doing it for
And my
yourself.
response is, I'm like, so you want him to get your hair done? Your hair is not done right now. You want him to get your nails and feet done? They are hang nailed and craggedy. Why should he be doing that? Don't view people as walking piggy banks either way. Like that's not the point of dating is not to find somebody to buy you stuff. Buy your own. The thing is, the more you can do for yourself, the more people want to do for you. Like people want partners for things they should be working on doing for themselves.
Well,
Like
that's why I said that's
don't
why I
do
said
that.
I would never ask him to buy me that, because
They give it to
he will
you.
see that,
That
oh
you do it
yeah, she
yourself.
has this already, so she
Let me
must
get it.
like
But that's what
this.
I'm saying.
And I wouldn't expect that on just a random Tuesday.
But my thing is, if they like you, again, you are a mirror of how people treat you, and people don't realize that if you come and you don't got shit for yourself, you want some man or woman to come and uplift you. Why is that their job to come and uplift you?
It's not.
It's not. To me, I don't believe that we are two halves making a whole. It should be two whole people coming together and making their lives complete. but their lives are already whole separately. They were already whole people. They were
You
not
have to be
half
able to
people.
live separately. Now,
Yeah.
granted, like you and Victor, for instance, God forbid y'all ever have to divorce again. But
We
and
would be
he
all right.
knows
Be sad, but we'd be
exactly.
all
But
right.
both of y'all know that y'all could survive without each
We
other.
wouldn't be
You just don't
homeless.
want to.
We wouldn't be hungry. We'd just be sad.
But
But
that's where that
like,
need versus want
yeah.
thing come in. And we talked about this before too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody to need
I
me.
want you to want me.
I want you to want me, because if you need me, that means if I leave, you're gone. You can't survive without
And
me.
I don't want that pressure.
I don't want that pressure either.
You ain't one of my kids. I don't feel that pressure from kids. I don't want
And
that.
honestly, once they reach a certain age, you don't want that pressure. You're like, okay, now go on, fly away, little birdie.
They never fly away.
I did. Sometimes they do.
I don't think my kids
Yeah.
fly away. I don't think they
That's fair.
fly
That's fair. That's
anywhere.
fair. But still, I'm like, I don't want to need anybody, and I don't want anyone to need
I want you
me.
to want me.
And I know that people say that to their significant
They don't
others
mean it
as
though.
if like that's a good thing, and I get why they think that, but I'm like, for somebody like me, that is a lot of pressure.
Well, not about pressure is like, so are you here because you can't afford by yourself? Or are you here because you like me?
Right.
Preferably you here because you like me, not because you don't have enough credit to get a light bill. I,
Right.
I hope you here because you
Yeah.
like me, not because you like lights. So that would suck.
Well, here's the
My
other
advice
thing.
is simple. It's
So
not nothing
this is kind of
groundbreaking.
like in like a part two to that same short where we talked about men that like to say women only date for looks. Let's talk about the men that say women only date for money.
And
Now, I have thoughts on this. I have thoughts on this.
you know what I'm going to say?
What you gonna say? Because I feel like it's gonna be something
The
similar to what I'm gonna say.
men that say things like that are the type of men that call a woman a gold digger because he took her to Outback Steakhouse. Okay? Those are, how dare she think that I should feed her? Those are the types, it's like they have nothing to offer. Because I don't know of any man of any value that has referred to someone they're dating or interested in as a gold digger. It has always been somebody with no gold to dig.
No,
That
don't.
is, I don't know any man of value that has accused a woman they're interested in, mind you, of being a gold digger.
Okay, so my thoughts on the whole.
Sometimes they are though, and I will admit
Yes,
that
there
sometimes they are.
there are women out there that date for money. There's also
But they're
men
always
out there.
transparent about it though. I don't know many that
Here's the
hide
thing though,
that.
and now
Like I don't.
granted, in my experience, I haven't dated anybody that dated me for money. But granted, I
You
also
never
don't
know,
have it.
hell. You never
I
know.
don't have money like that. But at the same time, I've never heard of an instance where you're right. Usually when women are dating for money, they
You
make that
know, and
known.
they do not
But
lie to
I don't
you.
see that from the opposite
Oh,
way.
them
I
men
don't
a
see
trick
the
and
men doing
bamboozle these.
that.
I have seen so many women realize too late that they are in a gold digger situation.
They
They
done
already
already
living with
signed
the
the
man.
will away and
They
everything.
already pregnant. And then they realize,
Because men will trap you too.
and then they reflect one day as that man is dropping them off in their car. They reflect one day and go, now wait a damn minute.
Mm.
Wait a whole minute.
Taking that car to see his side
I'm
piece.
telling you, when I was single and I was dating, and this man showed up to my house with his Xbox, I said, what is that?
Well, my
What
thought
is that? Get it out of my house.
well, my thought on women dating for money is I
To
think it's
me, if you're upfront about it
well,
and it's a pure transaction, it's fine.
let me actually talk though.
Mm-mm.
I think it's kind of true, but I think it's true for men too.
But
Now,
they're not upfront about it though. That's what makes it
I'm
worse.
not saying that we're only dating for money, and I'm not saying that we're dating for a lot of money, but I don't know one woman that would be okay with dating somebody that is super broke.
And you know how I feel about that. We touched this.
Like, I don't
Where
know
is
one.
your responsibility
Exactly.
for you? It's not even
Because
about the
it's not
money.
about the money. It's more so that there are so many things that you can do out here to make money.
It's
So
no
the fact that you
excuse.
don't have money tells me everything that I need to
You don't
know.
need to be rich,
You
but
don't.
if you come and talk
But
about you don't got gas money for the
if you
week,
exactly, if
like
you looking
that's a
for $20
problem.
for gas,
When gas $3.50 a gallon, what the hell you even gonna do with that?
because
But
what are we doing? To me, that, and
that
this might be a
shows
hot take. This might be a hot take. So I'm sorry if I
what you about
ruffle
to
some people's
say.
feathers. But if you don't have money, and I'm talking about just enough money to just live off of, I see you as a project, and I don't need that.
Not only that, why? Because they are a project, but they need to be a project for themselves. You
Exactly. You're
not
not about to become my
if
project.
you don't even have gas money, why do you think dating is even a
Because where are
priority
you taking
that
me?
you should have? Because on top of that, if you are that broke and looking to date, that shows me you're looking for a come up through someone else. You're not looking for a partner. You are indeed being a gold digger, but don't want to say that. To these women are gold diggers. Why should I, somebody who can pay my own bills and not ask you for money, settle for somebody that's gonna do nothing but mooch off me?
Ain't as you
Why?
as
Why should I do that?
ain't no, as you like to call it, peen that good.
Show ain't.
I'm sorry, it's not.
There is some peen attached to a man with a savings account. I swear to you, ma'am, it is.
And I'm
Ma'am
not
and sir,
saying,
madam, there are body parts attached to
and I'm
somebody with a
not,
savings account.
and
It
here's where
is.
I disagree with the whole women are after money, because greater majority of women, they just want to make sure that you're able to take care of yourself.
Yeah, it's not even about
You
taking care
you
of them.
you don't need to get me nothing. I'm not making sure you have money so that you
You
can
buy
buy
me
me
things.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm making sure you have money so that you can take care of yourself, and you're not expecting
Yeah.
me to take care of
Because
you.
my dating requirements were simple. Have enough money to not ask me for none.
How
Like, have enough to not ask me for any.
And that doesn't mean that I won't buy
Like,
you stuff.
I'll
We'll
still get
take
you
each
stuff.
other out for
But I'm
dinner.
just saying, have enough
But have
money
enough
to
money to take
not
care of yourself.
have a vehicle that is stable enough for you to not need a ride from me.
Girl, speaking of
Have
dating, I went on a date.
oh
And I think
child.
I told you about this because I instantly was just like,
Yeah, you told me about that adventure.
So
Tell me
I
about that.
matched with somebody on Bumble. He was a
Mm.
good looking guy on the picture. I mean, he wasn't a terrible looking guy in person either, but definitely there was a difference. Um, but we go to an
Mm.
ice cream shop, which I was okay
Cute,
with. I
cute.
was like, I'm okay with going to the
Get to
ice
know
cream
each
shop.
other.
It
Cute,
was,
cute.
yeah. So we go there. He shows up. I came in like jeans and like a shirt. It was like a little blouse. It wasn't a t-shirt, but like a little blouse. He came in sweats. And I was like, I know we came to an ice
Ice
cream
cream,
shop,
but
but
dang. At least jeans.
at
At
least,
least.
something more than a sweatshirt or a sweatsuit. But
And
whatever.
not even like a really nice one
It wasn't.
either.
It was literally looked like he literally was just hanging out on the couch and just got up and
He had some Hanes on and
yeah.
just came. Okay.
But we sitting there, we talking, and as he's talking, I'm just like, no, no. He now, granted, I do appreciate the fact that he did this because it helped me get to that no a lot quicker. But he unloaded his whole life story on me. He talked about his ex-wife and how much he hates her. He talked about all kinds of stuff.
And not about the stuff you want to hear about.
Not on the first date, no. But then we end the date. I'm headed to my car. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta call an Uber to take me back to my house." And I was just like, "Why?" And he actually showed me. He's like, "My car's in the shop because somebody hit it."
Because we've all heard the car in the shop.
And he shows me pictures of it, and I was just like, "Dang, that's messed up." So I'm getting ready to drive past this
And
man,
you feel bad,
and
didn't
I
you?
felt bad. So I asked, like, "Do you want me to drop you off at home?" So he gets in my car,
Which was
and
dangerous. I wouldn't have did that. You
yeah,
don't know that man.
honestly, I've done some dangerous stuff in my life. Um, he gets in my car and I'm driving him home. And first of all, he gets mad at me because I actually stopped at stop signs. Yeah.
I know the passenger princess ain't making demands on how you driving.
Yeah. He was like, "So you seriously stop at stop signs?"
Yeah.
I said, "Well, as somebody that's been almost hit by people that likes to do that roll and
Yeah.
stop, yes, I do stop at stop
It's dangerous to
signs."
not stop at the stop signs.
So then we get to his place. I'm letting him out the car, and he goes, I would invite you in, but I think my roommates might be home.
I would have kicked him out my goddamn car.
Mind
he would have
you,
never been in there. I don't trust people.
Mind you, he was, I think, 11 or 12 years older than me.
He was damn near 50 years old.
Yes.
With roommates?
With roommates. Plural. So there's more than 2 people living in this house.
How many bedrooms? But anyway.
Exactly. And I was like, thank God, because I wouldn't. Well, one, I wouldn't have gone in anyway, and two, now that I know you got roommates.
My thing is, even if you got divorced, first of all, Indiana is not alimony. They do not just get half of what you got. At the end of the day, if your name ain't on it, you can't have it unless somebody give it to you, which means you didn't have anything. I don't want to hear nothing about how she took it. She can't take nothing.
Well, he didn't even really talk about any of that. He
would have got there
talking about how much he
again.
hates her, and I was just like, okay,
because it's like, how
I don't
at
need
your
to
age
hear
would a divorce dismantle your life to the point at your big age that you have
need
roommates.
Plural. I want to emphasize.
And you got the nerve to be on Bumble instead of trying to get somewhere to live together by yourself. You want, again, looking for somebody to help him out. He can say what he want to say. He was looking for somebody that felt like taking on a project. And
so when he got out the car, he told me to, he asked me if I would text him when I got home. And I told him I would. So I get home. And I was like, I told this man I'd text him when I get home.
You nicer than me.
And so I texted, I was like, hey, I made it home. And he was like, all right, something about beautiful and all this other stuff. And I just left him on red. I was just like, I'm done. So then the next day I unmatched him on Bumble. But then like a few months later, I see on Bumble a profile come up, same pictures, different name.
Boy, I told you, look for somebody to live off of.
I was like, oh, thank God. I thank God it was just that one date. I was like, that was terrible. I hated it. Hated every second of that date.
An ice cream date sounds so cute.
It was nice. And you know what? I would love a coffee date. I don't know what's so wrong with coffee dates.
It was wrong there.
Again, maybe I just need to stay off online dating, but I don't go anywhere, so it's hard to meet people. But again, was talking to somebody and we were vibing. And then we were talking about potentially meeting up, and I mentioned maybe doing a coffee date.
Yeah.
And he was not on board with that.
Why not? You know why? Because you just got to talk to somebody at a coffee date.
Exactly.
Got to actually talk to
like,
them.
I'm sorry, I'm too old for these. Like, especially for a first date, I'm not trying to go to no bar with you and be sitting there with loud music trying to hear what you're saying.
What's the point?
Right.
That was cool at 22.
That's what I'm saying. In my 20s, I was all for it. But at 37,
I legit want to hear what you have to say. I legit am interested in what you have to say.
Yeah, was not on board with the coffee date.
And I was just like, why not? Look, your public place is safe.
I love to go to a nice little tea shop, get some loose leaf tea, and just drink some tea. But no. So dating out here is terrible. It's terrible. I don't recommend it. I don't. Make sure you stay with Victor for the rest of your damn life.
You know, the older I get, the more I hang on tight. Because I'm like...
Stay with him for the rest of your damn life, because dating out here is absolutely terrible.
I can't.
I give it a 0 out of 10.
It's just I don't have the patience.
And that's my issue too. I also don't have the patience for it. I told you I got mad at the guy. We weren't even dating. We literally are just friends. And he was giving me advice about weight loss and stuff. And he was
slippery slope, shouldn't have been doing that.
Well, it wasn't specifically about weight loss, but he had recommended that I reward myself with some type of food. And he was like, you can reward yourself with some good food for, some of your milestones. And I said, my issue is I don't like none of the good foods. And then he goes, well, you didn't give me a chance to say what the good foods were. And
that's subjective, sir.
I instantly thought to myself, I don't need this back talk.
Because we the same, like, who you talking to?
Because who you talking to?
And that's subjective. Just because you like it don't mean I like it.
And second of all, you had a long pause after you said that, which tells me that that's my room to talk. I instantly was like, nah. And that was the moment where I said, maybe you're not ready to start dating. You ain't ready for it. So I'm just going to stay by my lonesome, keep enjoying myself.
And everybody knows when you're trying to lose weight, treating yourself with food is literally not
The
good.
last thing
You
you should
treat
be
yourself
doing.
with experiences for your milestones. You don't treat yourself with food.
Well, if anybody agree with me on this dating stuff, if you having more success than me, kudos to you. Drop some advice in the comments. I am all ears, and maybe other people will be too. But if you also have struggles, put those in the comments too, because I am on that bus. In fact, y'all might be some of the passengers in my bus, cuz I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm on it.
But let's get into the weekly Reddit.
Yes, let's get
Um
involved.
and then we gon' this is the last topic of the day.
Reddit.
So this one is
Yes, what's this one?
how to cut off a friend nicely without confrontation.
Ain't no way.
I don't think it is either, but let's hear what they got to say. Um So it says, how do I stop being friends with someone without necessarily having that conversation? I'm not good with confrontation, and I think it'll be much more of a big deal if I brought it up. We've been friends since we met in high school, and she isn't the problem, but she married an arse.
Oh, okay.
And they've been together for like 15 years.
Oh, long time. Okay.
Yeah. I've ignored it before. Let me start over. I've ignored it before because we don't see each other that often. She called him the arse and it.
She called him an it?
That's what it seemed like. Either she's ignoring him or she's ignoring the 15 years. Because she ain't actually said what he did. Or
Not
she
yet.
did. But anyway.
They did. Whoever.
But now we are all parents. They have 3, and their youngest is close in age with my little one. In all honesty, we still don't see each other that often, despite living relatively close to each other. But we get invited to birthdays and have planned trips with a bunch of friends and their families each year at least once if not more. Tonight we were at one of those trips. And after spending 5 hours with everyone and seeing how their kids acted and treated my child, which is an exact reflection of how her spouse treated their kids, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want my child, who is a year and a half, being treated that way. Nor do I want her to learn that it's okay to treat people that way.
Girl, what happened? Quit leading us on.
I think if I just came out and said, yeah, I don't want to be friends anymore, our kids can't hang out, it would be weird and awkward, and some people would probably take offense and make a big deal about it. Maybe I'm making a big deal about it. I don't want to ghost her. I know that in severing this connection, I sever multiple relationships. All our mutual friends would be lost too. I don't know. Anyone disconnect with a long-term friend, how did you do it?
First of all. So this is about you feeling like your child was mistreated. Why didn't you speak up the moment
I was
of the mistreatment?
literally about to say just another case of friends not communicating with each
Because if
other.
I feel like somebody mistreating my child, baby, I don't care about no friendship. What you
I
say to
fight your
my
kid.
I mean, what happened?
Yeah, she
That would
never
make,
actually says
especially
what
between
happened.
a 1.5-year-old, okay, it might be something silly. That's not like, it might be where, oh girl, your child acted a fool and she popped them on the hand and you don't believe in hitting kids and you mad. But first of all, she probably should have never put her hands on your kid. But did y'all talk about it? Because you didn't even say what happened. So we don't know how big it was. But even though how big or small, you should have said something the moment you were aware of it. So then that way, if you did want to end the friendship, that was your way out by bringing it up, scaredy cat. Should have just said it. Because she didn't give a real reason, like, so what
And this comment
exactly
kind of
happened?
sums up how I feel about it perfectly. It said, so you don't want to ghost her, but you also don't want to communicate and convey your reservations. I don't know. Everyone should just be adults and talk about why
Yeah.
you're not feeling it anymore. I think, especially when it comes to the children,
Should have definitely had a conversation.
that should definitely be a conversation. And also, I'm just say this. it would be much easier, like if I was in that situation, it would be much easier for us to drop each other as friends because our friendship group isn't intermingled. Her whole friendship group is with this person.
But I
And
feel
she's acknowledging the
like,
fact that she would lose this friendship group if she stopped talking to this friend. So I'm like,
so
so
you
at that
risk.
point, you need to talk to them because they're going to notice anyway when they see you stop showing up to stuff.
Well, not only that,
I'd much
15
rather
years is a long time. And
a
I don't
long
think the
time.
child incident was really, that was just the icing on the cake. When
And
did
that's
you
fine.
actually want to stop talking to her? Because I don't think that that's it. But again, like I said,
I think
people
it started when she got
cause,
with the arse.
yeah, but I'm like, people cause so much conflict thinking they're keeping the peace. You cause some, like, if you ask, if y'all
And
been
you
friends
just
for that
know,
long, why are you afraid to speak to your quote unquote friend of 15 plus years?
and you just know this woman is sitting there in La La Land
Having
thinking
no
they
clue
are
that you
perfectly
even mad,
fine.
thinking y'all best of
I
buds.
think people really need to try putting themselves, maybe that's just it.
In the other
We
person's
lack
shoes.
empathy.
Yeah, put yourself in the
Like
other
put
person's
yourself in
shoes.
that other person's shoes. Would you want your friend to have an issue with you and not say anything and instead just stop being friends with you, and then now you sitting there wondering,
What
what did
happened?
I do?
Like the poor man when we read the story about the man that was the person that got ghosted by his friends
What you talking about?
that
Oh,
read it
the
about the
one,
weirdo. When he explained the full story, we like, oh, we know why they ghosted you.
yeah, because
but
they actually did have an
but you
issue with
know,
him.
but it was a lot of turmoil in him. He didn't
But we
he didn't
also
want to
came to,
acknowledge
I about to say, we also came to the conclusion
he
that they
knew.
did actually approach him about it because we was like, if, how did you find out about it if they never addressed it
That's what I'm
with you?
saying. But even though he knew, he still was butthurt. So imagine
Yeah.
somebody who didn't know anything and they friend just poof, just up and disappear. You be like,
But that's also why I said,
what?
now, if me and you are friends and I know we got 5, 6 other people that we always go on trips with each other, we always do everything with each other, we go to birthday
You would
parties
have
with
no
each
friends because
other.
those are your friends. You don't got no other friends when you ain't friends with them.
And also, here a couple things. If I know that we have this whole friend
Circle.
group, circle of friends,
Yeah.
I know damn well they're going to be talking about it when they notice that I'll never come to any events when you're there. They're going to talk about it. I'd
Everyone's
much
gonna
rather
notice
put
it.
it out there so that everybody knows my side of the story so that they ain't coming up with their own stories. And then my second thing with that
Mm-hmm.
is, if me and you are friends and I feel like if I stop being friends with you, these other 6 people are going to disappear
Them
too,
ain't your
they
friends
ain't my
either.
friends then.
Them is her friends who just
Because
let you come around. That's what that
one thing
is.
I also don't do is I don't try to tell my friends who they can be
But
friends
I
with
don't think her friends tell nobody. She just knows their alliance is not
with her.
with her, which means that she was maybe just added to the group, and that was already her friends group,
Mhm.
and she's just an addition. But she don't really have that many other friends, so she don't want. But it's like, if you were so
I don't know. I think she need to
intertwined, just have
just
a
have a
grown up
conversation.
conversation.
Just
Be
be
like,
an adult.
hey,
Put your big girl panties on and have a conversation.
I
Like
know this
it's not
happened
that
a while
difficult.
ago, but it's really been on my mind. I'm
And
sorry I didn't say anything sooner, but it's really been bothering me about whatever happened, because we still don't know what happened
I
with
agree with
whatever
you.
happened.
Whatever happened, I think the main issue is the husband because she had no reason to bring up this husband that she can't
If it was
stand.
about the child, the husband shouldn't
Yeah,
even have
the
came into
husband had
play.
no reason to come up in this conversation unless
And
he was the
then,
one did something to the child.
but then
But
I
she says that it was
wonder,
something that
it was her
happened between the
friend.
kids. I thought she said it was something that happened between the kids
Yeah,
that
and
she
then she
didn't
said,
like.
but what happened between the kids is a reflection of how her friend's child was being raised. It was very vague, but I'm like, so did the child say a racial slur? Like, well, what's do you low key blame the husband for everything? Like,
I don't know. I think she
I
need to
don't think
have
she had to
a.
bring that up. She didn't have to bring that up.
I think
She
she need to
didn't.
have a conversation with her friend and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm feeling, and this is what your child did to my child, and
And
I
I
would
didn't
really
like it.
appreciate it if she don't do that again." It's really that simple. And I know it might not be an easy conversation to have, but I bet you it'll turn out much better to have that conversation than to act like nothing ever happened and then try to fade out like a song at the end of a dang on song.
It ain't
Don't
gonna
do
work.
it.
Well, you can't fade out. Y'all too invested into
Y'all
each
too
other.
invested in each other.
You can't just fade out. That's
Look,
not an old coworker. You can't just disappear.
right.
Like
I said, it would be much easier if it was like our situation where if I faded out, the only person impacted by that really is you.
I'm like, heifer.
I mean, and I'd be sitting over here talking about heifer too. I'm like, the fuck?
I know where you live.
Vice versa. Knock, knock. Guess who's coming in for dinner?
What are you doing?
Like,
Go away.
know who you thought you was just dropping.
We friends now. It's hard to find adult friends. Get your ass back over here.
Like Antonio like to say, it's death row over here.
We friends now.
West Side.
East, that's
Anyway, I was just like, no, I think she need to have a conversation. But I feel like every last one of these Reddit
it
stories
always
has a
boils
theme.
down to not
It's like
having.
you're not talking to people. And I really, and clearly based off the comments on here, we're not the only ones that don't understand why people are not talking to their friends. They cannot be your friend if you are scared to tell them what they are doing that is wrong to you
Those
or
are your
your family.
your long-term acquaintances, because those are not
those
friends.
are just some people that you know a little bit about.
I mean, because if, mind you, she even said her friend married the husband 15 years ago, which means she was friends with her before. How long y'all been friends? That is a lifelong friendship that you're just gonna go, I don't like what your child did to my kid.
What does the husband do that makes him such an ass?
You know what? I have witnessed things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the husband don't like her,
exactly,
but isn't a bad person to everyone else. He just don't like her, and I'm sure she's probably giving him reasons, but we don't know. We ain't there, because she didn't specify why he's such a bad person either.
Her whole Reddit story is so vague. It's just, yeah, her child did this thing that I won't say what they did, which
but I didn't like
then
it.
You know it's going to make people think the worst.
I'll tell you, I think it's something small. I think it's something trivial. I don't think it's anything of importance, but it's bothering her so bad. But she don't got the balls to say nothing. I don't know why. Like I say, you cause more conflict thinking you're making peace. You're causing more conflict. Because then when you find something 6 months later, like, oh, friend, and the model chick is like, well, you look like a psychopath now. Why have you been secretly mad for 6 entire damn months? And you seem crazy now. Why didn't you just say something 6 months ago? Why are you just now saying something?
I'm not about to be mad at you and just be sitting at home sitting in that. If anything, I'm gonna say something trying to make you mad. Both of us gonna be mad.
First of all, I'm too self-centered to sit there mad, and you don't know I'm mad, and I'm talking to you this entire time.
That's why I said I'm not gonna be sitting there mad. Either we gonna talk about it, or I'm gonna say something to you, and both of us gonna be sitting mad. But I ain't about to be sitting there by myself.
I don't care if I just say something to leave. I said my piece. I don't even care how you feel now. I done said what I gotta say. You made me mad. I hate you. Leave.
Done. I come back when I'm calmed down.
But yeah, it's like just not I don't deep. Have time. I'm too self-centered for that.
If you truly care about it, I don't care what nobody say, because there has been I just don't care. If you truly care about the friendship, if the friendship truly means something to you, you are going to fight for that friendship. And fighting for that friendship to me means opening your mouth and saying how that person made you feel, because that person probably has no idea that they did it. Now, granted, if they know 100% what they've done, or you've already talked to them about this issue before, then yeah, what you opening up your mouth again and talking about it for? We've already discussed this issue, and yet you doing it again. At that point, I say drop them.
If you never, I don't think she's ever, that woman probably don't even know
that this woman has ever talked to them
even
about this.
Dislikes the husband. The friend probably has no, because if they inviting them to trips and shit every year, the friend probably don't even know the girl don't even like her husband.
Well, let's
wrap it up.
Yeah, let's get into, because I actually have a couple things that I want to not couple things. One thing I want to do, and it's a version of Would You Rather.
Yeah.
So I had chat come up with a
You in that
few would
chat.
you rather scenarios, and I figured we could choose a couple each and go over them
Okay.
for to close out the episode.
Would you rather spin off?
AGP
No copyright,
version.
don't find
Please
us.
don't. I ain't got money to be paying nobody. But we got three. Oh wait, what is it? Four categories:
Mm-hmm.
dating and money edition, the Let Them Theory spinoff, adulting chaos, wild card / pure chaos. What you got?
The one. Hold on. It was one that pissed me off.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, because I need to find it because it made me mad.
Because I'm literally just gonna pick one. Um, pay all your bills on time but never have fun, or live your best life but your credit score is crying.
Care about no damn. Once you already got a
Yeah,
house, you don't
I'm
need to
like,
care about your credit score no more.
I said, shoot, that's been what, at least 75% of my adult life. I didn't give a damn about
You only need to care about to
credit
get what you
score.
need, then you go back to not giving a damn about it.
Hey, they gonna get their money some way, somehow, at some point. So yeah, I would definitely choose live my best life because look, I only get one of those. It ain't like I got a backup life to go to. So yeah, living my best life.
Okay. Okay, what's that one I seen?
Girl, you ain't finding it.
I will. Okay, which section do I feel like speaking from? I think I'm a two.
Girl, we can't keep having all this silence.
Shut up! I'm still talking. You know what? I'll go with the date someone with 3 baby mamas and drama, or no kids, but their mom calls every day to check in.
Oh, which one would you choose?
The mama's boy, I ain't got time.
Yeah, because
You
I'm not about to be fighting with your baby mama every day.
one of them, a new one every day. I got shit to do.
Yeah, like, and you said they come with drama. No, I much rather deal with your mama because I can ignore those calls.
But then it's another one that made me laugh
What
though.
is it?
Fight customer service for 3 hours for a refund, or lose the $75 and gain peace of mind.
I know which one you choose.
Which one?
Fight with the
Hell
customer
yeah, I'm fighting
service.
that bitch for 3 hours. You give me my 75.
We went to where did we go?
Girl,
What
to the
store was
ball, but
that?
now American Eagle, I think.
Man, I guess the pants she wanted to buy was on sale, and when the girl went to ring them up, they came up full price. And Jay, all I heard Jay go, those are supposed to be, and I just walked out the store. I said, I'm not even about to deal with this.
Cause you know I was gonna fight to the
You
end.
can't, I can't be bothered. I'm not doing.
Nope.
I would lose the
Mm-mm.
$75,
Nope.
and
And you
as
know I
long as it
wouldn't.
keeps my peace, I'm okay.
And I would have my peace when I get my refund.
Nah, I would lose that dang on $75. I'd be like, look, well, it would be nice to get it back, but
Nah.
nah,
I clean my schedule to
nah.
argue for
See, I'm
my
not doing all
75.
that. See, that's that let them. I'm like, look, you know what?
See,
I
you
ain't
know
doing
what?
it.
I would. It depend on the money amount. 50 and above, I'm fighting.
Not me.
Below 50, now even $30, I don't give a damn. Whatever.
Not me.
75, I'm getting my $75 back. I don't care. I don't care.
Win $1 million, but have to live with your most toxic ex for a year, or stay broke but in peace.
Oh, that's the one that pissed me off. Where was that?
The second to last one.
There it go.
I choose to live with my ex.
Because at the end of the day,
If
it
I'm
don't
broke, I ain't in
say.
peace.
First of all, just because you're in the same house don't mean he in it.
I mean, well, if he lives there.
Hey, if he at work, he gone. If he got a job, he gone for a good
But both of
chunk of the
y'all
day.
got jobs, so y'all gone at the same
I would
time.
make our schedules conflict. If he work days, I work nights.
My
I don't
thing
never
is,
want to
even
see
if he
you.
there, that don't mean we in the same room. That don't mean that we doing things with each other. That just mean you are
Get you
my
in there.
roommate for a year. Go to your room.
I don't like you no more.
And honestly, I did live with my most toxic ex for a year after we broke up. Like it was fine. He had his room, I had my room.
Because I was like, y'all don't gotta fool it, but I guess the point is it's supposed to be somebody you would want to fool around with, I guess.
Nah, I have no interest in messing around with none of my exes.
But then this other one that made me chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to read minds, but only when people are talking trash about you. Or be invisible, but only when no one's watching. First of all,
why would I want to be invisible when no one's watching?
I still want to read people's mind. Depends on who mind it is.
I don't care to read people's mind.
You know what? It depends on who mind it is. I don't want to read everybody's mind. I don't give a damn what
and
everybody
if everything
thinking.
that they said about you, if all you can hear is the negative stuff they say about
like
you,
either option.
That would. I don't care who you are. You could be the most confident person in the world, but that would eventually impact your self-esteem.
But
what about this one? Let your friend wear white to your wedding or confront them and risk losing the friendship.
Confronting that girl, you ain't wearing white to my damn wedding.
What the hell?
What type of friend are you that you would even think about it?
Because first of all, I don't even plan on wearing white to my wedding.
How dare you? It's rude. It's disrespectful.
Nobody
even if I got yellow on, it's
Nobody wearing white to my wedding.
It's rude.
I don't even want your socks to be white.
I don't even want white socks in that piece. Girl, we had the same thought. Oh, we had the same thought. I don't even want to see no white sock.
You're lucky that I can't make your teeth another color. Like, come on now. That is so bad. That is so bad. Have a partner who's hot but gives the worst gifts, or average looking but gives gifts that make you cry in a good way.
Give me them gifts.
Yeah.
We done already talked about it. I
don't care. He doesn't have to be hot. And hot is subjective most of the time. There are some people that are objectively hot, but I don't care about that. Like, what's the personality like?
But what is this? Now, date someone with no job, but amazing emotional support, or fully employed but emotionally unavailable. How long you unemployed? Is it for like a month or two, or is this permanent?
And is he looking?
I know, is he trying?
And do you mean like unemployed as in like he could still drive Uber?
I was like, it's not, because my brain said, okay, is he temporarily unemployed?
Because if he could do like side hustle jobs, like, okay, yeah, go drive Uber, do something with your life, bring in some kind of money. But yeah, I mean, I don't want nobody that's not emotionally available.
No one does. You see do you see my question? So how long is he
done
unemployed?
That before, and they are emotionally draining. They make you they also make you emotionally unavailable, and you're miserable. I don't like that. I'd have to go with the broke dude, the dude with no job, because I can't deal with somebody that's not emotionally available.
No one can.
I can't. That's too mentally taxing for me.
Why isn't it an option to just be alone? But anyway,
like, right? Like, can I choose to just not be with anybody then? But anyway, I like that round of Would You Rather. Fun. Well, thank you guys for chilling with us. Thanks for vibing. Thanks for all the stuff. We are so close to this 200 subscribers. So we appreciate everybody that likes, comments, shares, because we are getting a lot of shares on our stuff. We appreciate you. We do want to still see more engagement on our audio platforms. So we are working through some improvements there based off some of the feedback that we've gotten.
Already working on it.
Adjusting the volume of it. So we've already done that so that the audio listeners have a better experience. But yeah, if you could give us a rating or and give us a review on the audio platforms, that would help us out significantly.
Yes.
On our YouTube, make sure you're still hitting that subscribe button if you want to. I ain't no pressure, but you could turn on the notifications. No pressure though.
Please and thank you.
Definitely engage. Respond to us. Send us some stories. We might, bring them up on a future episode. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, rate, review, all the stuff.
All the things
that will help us become what we want to be. But until next time, deuces.
Bye, friends.